Hello everybody and welcome back to SAR11 Universe. My name is Jitch and this is SmackDown.
Approaching the ring from Silsbee, Texas, weighing in at 418 pounds, the world's strongest man, Mark Henry.
If you want to hear something real crazy, Mark Henry has come out here today all smiles and sunshine saying that he's going to prove you all wrong because here tonight he has changed R-Truth. He says R-Truth has got to listen to him or he's going to get an even worse beating than before. So he's challenged DX to a handicap match and he said whenever you feel like it, Ron, just run out there, tag out and do your thing. So apparently Mark Henry's looking to team with R-Truth. And he's telling R-Truth that he's no longer going to act like a clown. He's no longer going to dance around and sing. He's going to listen to what Mark Henry says. He's going to come out here and he's going to help Mark Henry beat DX in a tag team match. But until Truth comes out, this is a handicap match. I don't really know what's going on with Mark Henry. The guy's he's lost it. He got one win at the expense of R-Truth after turning on everybody, saying that people are fickle and they pushed MVP out the door and he misses his brother and all that. And I just don't know, man. So to prove his point, Mark Henry said, you know what the guy with a 1-7 win-loss record, I'm gonna do? Well, I know R-Truth's gonna listen to me, because if he doesn't, I'll beat him up. So, I'm gonna challenge two former WWE champions to a handicap match, because I have 1 win and 7 losses, and I can take them on my own anyway. For the record, Shawn Michaels has 8 wins, 8 losses, and a draw to Jack Swagger. Gotta mention that, because it's the only draw we've had so far. And Triple H has got 6 wins and 7 losses, and is the first ever WWE champion. Admittedly, Shawn Michaels is the second ever. The only thing that I think would help Mark Henry in this situation is if DX decide to turn against each other. I don't know why they would. They managed to stick it out through dropping the title from one member to another. Well, that didn't really work. As far as I'm concerned, Michaels bounced off of his chest rather than like it just not working. What's he planning here? I don't really know what this game is that Michaels is playing. I'm trying to tag Triple H. Oh, it's just not letting me. I mean, the thing is, Michaels can totally take someone like Mark Henry. He's done it before. He's an incredible talent. He can beat people twice his size. I honestly think he can beat people 3 times his size. There you go. And here comes the first ever WWE Champion. Triple H and Shawn Michaels, who have finally found themselves out of the WWE Championship picture, have been really struggling to get more involved here on SmackDown since being drafted over. We've not really seen a whole lot of DX as individuals or as a tag team. Triple H seems to be getting more into the tag team spirit. He seems to be actually taking his part of DX a little more seriously than he has before, now that he's no longer the WWE Champion and Michaels isn't holding his former title. We may be looking at these two maybe chasing the Tag Team Champions, the Altitude Alliance, sooner than you think. Evan Bourne and Kofi Kingston are definitely, although they are the Tag Team Champions, the nature in which they won it, you know, that 2-on-1 against The Miz as Big Show was removed from the match, really played a factor in why those two won. And whilst I'm not trying to disrespect the Altitude Alliance, I hope you'll understand where I'm coming from when I say that they are definitely the underdogs of the SmackDown Tag Team division, which at the moment is admittedly only 3 teams. But when you look at the situation, you've got the top dogs, which are undoubtedly DX. You know, they may not really have done much as a team, but they are both former WWE champions. You can't deny that that makes them the ultimate team here on SmackDown. Then you've got this new trio, the Mizfits, and whilst currently their win-loss record is simply, you know, 0-1, they've only ever lost one match, and that's all they've done. You're looking at the most successful cruiserweight we've seen in Zack Ryder, who has held a Cruiserweight Championship most of this series. He only had a little off period where he dropped it to Kofi, but he got it right back. You're also looking at John Morrison. Admittedly, he's a bit of the underdog. You know, I don't really have a whole lot to say to build up John Morrison. But then you're looking at the leader of that group, The Miz, who is undoubtedly one of the absolute best, whether you love him or hate him. The guy has held the Intercontinental Championship since the beginning of this series and is looking to potentially, definitely at the very least, he's going to be holding it until the finale. It's just whether or not he makes it out of this season with the championship. It'll be day 147 of the Miz Intercontinental Championship reign, which, as I said before, it's the longest reign by a landslide. So, again, you have to give a lot of credit to the Mizfits, whereas Kofi Kingston and Evan Bourne, I like them both a lot, and I think they have a lot of potential, and I think they kind of thrive off of being the underdogs. Evan Bourne is the first ever United States champion, yes, but he dropped it in a matter of a month to Kane. No successful defenses. Kofi Kingston is a former Cruiserweight champion, yes, but he dropped it in a matter of like 2 weeks to Zack Ryder again, the guy that he won it from, proving that potentially he just got it as a fluke. And that's really all they've achieved outside of their current reign. Well, Mark Henry has said that R-Truth is definitely coming to his aid at some point in this match, and so far I have not seen it. I don't even know if R-Truth's in the building. That's the end of the match. I mean, yeah, as I said, R-Truth, he's, I don't even know if he's recovered from the attack, to be honest. He was dived on through the announce table by Mark Henry. Well, Henry said that if Truth doesn't come out, he's gonna get beat down worse than before. I don't know what that implies the future holds for R-Truth. But, well, DX getting their first tag team victory here since coming to SmackDown. As I say, if there's one team that's most likely to win those tag titles in the nearish future, it's probably going to be those guys. Hate to say it, but I don't think the Altitude Alliance would stand a chance if they randomly came out and went, we're the contenders, we want a tag title shot. I don't know how the Altitude Alliance would survive these two together in a tag match. Okay, we are back here on SmackDown. And it is now time for The Rock to go one-on-one with one of the Mizfits.
Approaching the ring from Los Angeles, California, weighing 220 pounds, John Morrison.
The Miz refused to appear on ECW last night, the final ever episode. It says that he is leagues above ever having to appear on ECW or the future NXT. He does not need those shows. He should never be on those shows. He is the most important man on the SmackDown roster right now, and no one can deny him that. That is The Miz, who is going to be going one-on-one with the number one contender for the WWE Championship, The Undertaker, in our main event. That is going to be a very interesting matchup. Christian is going to be watching that one carefully, I'd imagine. But The Miz has decided to come out and stand ringside for John Morrison. While The Rock looks to become Intercontinental Champion in just 2 days' time when he faces The Miz for that title at Extreme Rules, and I think that the odds of The Rock winning the Intercontinental Championship are probably the highest a challenger's ever been when going against The Miz, because whether you like him or not, The Rock is an incredibly gifted talent. Now, to get onto the win-loss records of everything, John Morrison going into this match, he is 3-9. If he loses this match, he'll hit double digits in his losses on the final episode of SmackDown and his final match of the season. The Rock is 4-3, but this is definitely not his last match. As we know, this Sunday Extreme Rules, him and The Miz will collide in a last man standing match. The first time that we'll have seen one of those within this series. What's going on here? Uh-oh. Well, it's a good thing that doesn't ever mean anything in this game. You know the Big Show is going to be watching very carefully. He wanted to get in on the Intercontinental Championship match that's happening this Sunday, but Teddy Long told him that there was no way that he could change the match on such short notice. He's making a bit of an exception only because The Miz has an undeniable right to potentially challenge Christian, having beaten him in a non-title match. Normally, Teddy Long wouldn't make that kind of adjustment to a match. So, unfortunately, the Big Show has been denied the ability to be added to the Intercontinental Championship match at Extreme Rules. Also, there's no such thing as a triple threat last man standing match. It's just very interesting to see that the Miz has actually bothered to come out here and support Morrison. And of course, that's the real reason that he's out here. He wants to get in the head of The Rock. He knows he's fighting him not that long from now. 2 days' time. He's got to hold on to that Intercontinental Championship. He's got to prove everyone wrong, and he's got to make it through the entire season with the Intercontinental Championship. The Miz has never actually faced The Rock one-on-one. Watch his Big Show just kind of stares on from the crowd. Apparently we have some kind of amazing invisible glass. Well, glass is generally clear. What I meant is we've got some kind of indestructible force around the barricades, and no one ever hops it, no one ever attacks people. They just kind of watch. Miz, obviously playing in the head of The Rock a little bit. That's twice now that The Rock has turned and taunted at The Miz, challenging him to come into the ring for some reason. You know, The Miz is not a part of this match, so there's really no reason to be doing that. Once again, The Rock turns his attention to The Miz, who is not a part of this match. The Miz trying to keep his distance from The Rock. It's obviously eyeing him down. I mean, we know that Miz grabbed Rock's boot earlier, so I guess maybe he was just giving him a bit of a warning. He's saying, you stay away from me. Rock's got to focus on Morrison, who, to be fair, he really seems to be getting the best of right now. Submission locked in tight. This could do it. Again, The Rock turns his attention to The Miz. He's not a part of the match. Perhaps The Rock's a little more off his game than we thought. I thought he had been doing really well lately. He's had multiple shots at the World Heavyweight Championship. Well, actually, he's only had one. It was inside the Elimination Chamber. I don't know why I said he'd had multiple. His win-loss record's not the worst, but it's definitely not the best. It's kind of neutral, almost. It's on the winning side, but it's mostly neutral. Standing flip there by Morrison. Really trying to show off his athleticism as The Rock continues to taunt at Morrison. And again, John Morrison going for the ropes. Miz standing by his partner Morrison. I don't really know what the Miz's intentions are. Usually when people are at ringside, they don't quite pace around the ring like this.
A little intimidation there.
And usually they're not the Miz. And once again, grabbing the boot of The Rock, which I think is, as I said before, I think that's the very clear intention of the Miz in this match. We know why he's out here. Wants to try and protect the Mizfits. He doesn't want John Morrison getting that 10th loss. This is Morrison's final match of the season. He's got a lot to prove here.
John Morrison looks out of it. Morrison has the headlock.
Just popping the jaw.
He's in big trouble.
And Morrison comes up with a tremendous move. At one point, kid,
Morrison changed his mind.
What do I have to do to put this match to rest?
And I don't know. I don't know as a WWE superstar if you ever have those thoughts of self-doubt.
Just 2 strikes. And again, changes his attention. Not the smartest move, but it's exactly what he decides to do.
Rock has the arm.
He just keeps trying to get behind the Rock. Nice neck breaker. John Morrison managing to keep things competitive. For the most part, he'll stand and hold his head quite a bit, but I think these two have had a very competitive match. Great little matchup here on SmackDown before we go on to Stone Cold Steve Austin facing off against one of the tag team champions, which is up next. I believe the designated champion has been Evan Bourne, who will be going up against. Oh, The Rock laid his hands on the Miz. I don't think there's any rule against that.
What a knee.
Morrison's in trouble.
This is it. Here he goes.
Vintage Rock.
Well, Rock bottom connecting by The Rock. Oh, hold up a minute. We see what Miz has got there. Another Rock bottom, and the Miz trying his best. There you go. And the Miz makes sure to get that disqualification to take out The Rock. And that's cost John Morrison this match and handed him his 10th loss. Let's pretend that The Rock didn't just immediately stand back up as well, shall we? This game just... It doesn't make things easy. Oh, big match time for Evan.
Approaching the ring, one half of the WWE Tag Team Champions, Evan Bourne.
Well, Evan Bourne is the one with the lower win-loss record to Kofi Kingston. He has a 4-7 win-loss record. I mean, admittedly, Kofi Kingston has a 6-9. They're actually the same, pretty much. You know, it's just that Kofi's got 2 more wins and 2 more losses. But one half of the Altitude Alliance is up next on Stone Cold's list of champions he's got to whoop the ass of. And he says that he's gunning for him. He's going for both the tag team champions. Been told that some new belts are in development for the tag team champions here on SmackDown. So you can look forward to a brand new pair of tag team championships set to debut next week on SmackDown when Kofi Kingston is the next man to face Stone Cold Steve Austin, assuming Austin wins this match. Austin has said that this champion's gauntlet only goes on for as long as he beats everyone. It's just that he knows he'll beat everyone. He is at the halfway point now, I believe, having beaten Zack Ryder, Wade Barrett, and potentially Evan Bourne here tonight if he does. He'll only have another 3 more champions to go through, another 3 more weeks of this, just in time for Over the Limit. What a coincidence for Stone Cold that is. He has set his sights on the WWE Championship, and he has said that he will become contender for Christian's title, and he will do it by beating every single champion that stands in his way to prove that there's no other belt he should be going for. He's going to beat them all, claiming that he could win them, but he doesn't want them. What he's going for is Christian's WWE title, and he will get there. But he's going to make sure to prove first to Teddy that he can beat every other champion as well. No contenders matches, none of that for Stone Cold Steve Austin. Of course, if there is a contenders match before Stone Cold ends up facing Christian, assuming he makes it that far, of course, then Stone Cold Steve Austin will have to wait until the next event to challenge for the WWE Championship. The next event, I believe, being Money in the Bank in July, which is when Jack Swagger has until to cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase that he is still the holder of to this day. Could cash it in, well, there's no one he could really cash it in on tonight. Christian's not here by the looks of things, and Randy Orton's over on Raw. So, could cash in this Sunday at Extreme Rules against either, you know, Randy Orton or Edge, or from SmackDown side of things, it could be Christian or The Undertaker.
Dave, what should Evan be thinking to win this?
Right now, his speed's been neutralized. So what he has to do is figure out a way to pick up the pace.
Evan Bourne. I was actually about to say the exact same thing as those little voices you occasionally hear said, which is that Stone Cold Steve Austin has definitely changed the pace of your average Evan Bourne match quite a bit. You wouldn't normally see... Oh. You wouldn't normally see Bourne so very slowed down.
Evan Bourne into the headlock.
But Austin seems to be commanding a lot of this matchup.
The Texas Rattlesnake is all business tonight.
All fingers.
Total destruction. He might not know where he is right now. Oh no!
Austin does not have a very varied moveset in this game. In fact, 2 of his grapples are the same fucking thing.
Vicious elbow drop.
Probably all of his ground-based grapples are that move.
Boy, there's no quit in Evan Bourne.
Oh my, just raw, unmitigated power.
Oh man, that knee looked painful.
I'm gonna do the mud hole stomps. Oh, damn it. Every time I throw them in the corner, I'm like, yeah, let's do some mud hole stomps. And then I, like, don't knock them down to the bottom bit, and I forget that that's a thing. So I end up just doing whatever it is his corner move is. And I recognize it every time. I'm like, ah, there it is again. Again! Turning into that one character from The Simpsons for a second there.
The swashbuckling Bourne.
Oh!
Evan Bourne with the arm. The force, my God.
Well, this is definitely going in Bourne's favor now. This is a lot more competitive than Austin's matches between Austin and Barrett and Austin and Ryder have been. But, I mean, that's the thing, ain't it? He's rising the ranks in the champions. I mean, you know, when he goes up against the Intercontinental Champion, assuming he makes it that far, that's going to be a tough one, because it's either going to be The Miz, who has been an incredibly unstoppable force as a champion, or it's going to be The Rock, who, well, he's just a great talent all around, isn't he? Austin don't give a damn. He's going to go for that busted open wound, and he's going to punch it some more, make it worse. Let's try to get those damn mud hole stomps up. Fall. Oh, for fuck's sake. Stop doing powerhouse moves. You're like 100 and something pounds. Oh, you done pissed me off. Well, nice knowing you, Bourne. Even hooking the leg away from the ropes. That was all she wrote. Stone Cold Steve Austin picks up his final victory of the season, which brings his win-loss up to 6-2. I believe Austin has only ever lost in multi-man matches. I don't think the guy's ever been pinned. Don't think he's ever actually, like, lost a match. By the way, that now changes Evan Bourne's record to 4-8 in his final record of the season. Just so you all know where we're coming from. And up next, it is main event time of the final SmackDown of Season 1. The final episode, standard episode of a series before we go on to the final pay-per-view, which is Extreme Rules. So we're going to be seeing in our last main event here on SmackDown Season 1, it is going to be The Undertaker versus The Miz. Intercontinental Champion versus the number one contender for the WWE title. And if Miz wins, he will join the WWE Championship match at Extreme Rules, competing twice in one show for 2 different championships, and potentially winning the WWE title if he can beat Undertaker and Christian at Extreme Rules. But first, he's got to beat The Undertaker. Well, an interesting bonus stipulation. Miz has been told he's got to do this alone. Not a single member of the Mizfits is to be involved in this match. The Miz has to win it alone. As you can see, he's respected that. He's come out on his own. The Intercontinental Champion who swung a steel chair at The Rock in our last match. Really not a brave move by The Miz. Watching as The Rock was hitting one rock bottom after another on John Morrison, he obviously just had to get himself involved. What a comeback Undertaker had last week after winning the Contenders match. We haven't seen him in weeks. And suddenly there he is, coming out from beneath the ring and chokeslamming Christian straight to hell. Undertaker may be your next WWE champion.
From Death Valley, weighing 299 pounds, The Undertaker.
Honestly, I'm not really sure how anyone's going to deny him that. I'm not sure how anyone's going to be able to beat him and prevent him from becoming the WWE champion. This is a really, really tough situation for everyone here on SmackDown, because once the Undertaker's on top, there ain't no telling how long he's going to be up there. But unfortunately, Christian's screwed. There's really not another way to put it. The guy, you know, he got one victory last week, and he went on a big speech about how he was ready, how he could do it, how everybody can finally now believe in him. Falls Count Anywhere, chosen by Christian for his match against The Undertaker. I'm surprised the guy didn't go so brave. He said Hell in a Cell. Kind of relieved. But it will be a match to remember, I'm sure. He's not a bad guy. He's not a bad talent. But I don't know how he's going to beat The Undertaker. That's all. I just don't know how he's going to quite get that 1-2-3 win. I think he'll do it. He'll have a great match. I just don't see him coming out on top, unfortunately. I like that I waited until the entrances were pretty much over to clean my glasses. Knowing how quickly this game just loads into a match. Oh, that's so much better though. Everything was looking very pale. I don't know how long The Miz is going to last in this one, but I'm making the bold prediction, the very unpopular prediction, that just somehow The Undertaker is going to win this match. Unless The Miz can find a way to cheat. That's the only way I can see The Miz coming out with the victory and setting up 2 matches for him at Extreme Rules. Teddy Long was very generous to give The Miz this match, despite the fact that he said that the Mizfits had to win last week as well as The Miz winning this match this week. It's very generous of the SmackDown general manager to still let to let The Miz have this match here tonight. But to be honest, I think he just wanted to see the Undertaker beat up The Miz. I think that really is all it came down to.
Miz controlling the arm.
I don't think it was actually anything to do with, like, you know, being generous or thoughtful or caring at all about The Miz. I think Teddy just basically wanted to sit back and watch The Undertaker beat the hell out of The Miz before he goes on to probably become WWE Champion. Now, let's not forget, we all counted Christian out at WrestleMania. That's the only thing I'll say in the favor of Christian, is we all counted him out. We all didn't think that he could do it at Mania, and he did. He did walk out with the WWE Championship. He beat Batista to become the WWE Champion. But what really sets this apart is that this isn't just your ordinary Undertaker. This isn't like Undertaker on day one when nothing was up. This is Undertaker furious after being humiliated at WrestleMania by Randy Orton, who not only prevented the streak from being born here in this series, but also who took his championship away from him for the 2nd time, who humiliated him in his own match type, Hell in a Cell, and who then quickly tucked his tails between his legs, against his will admittedly, you know, I mean, he probably wasn't upset that he went to Raw, but who then quickly jumped off to Raw, and Undertaker can't deal with that. He can't beat up Randy Orton, and now he's going to sit back and watch as the legacy target his brother Kane. Christian's just basically the wrong guy at the wrong time right now.
How would you like to be in there, King? And staring to the face of the Undertaker as he
Miz is trying everything in his power to get at least some offense in against the Undertaker. It's just not that easy. Oh boy. Massive choke slam. At least that one didn't go into a hole. That part of the ring.
Undertaker.
Well.
And Undertaker slams him to the ground.
No, that's the wrong taunt. There you go. That's what I meant to do.
Undertaker, the man from the dark side, never ceases to amaze. Undertaker.
Oh boy. Nighty night, Miz.
Tombstone.
Oh, those legs might be in the ropes. Nope, they are definitely not in the ropes.
We got to cover.
One, two.
And just like that, Undertaker secures his 9th victory with only 4 losses this whole season. And The Miz suffers his 8th loss and won't be picking up number 11. Well, this was a very straightforward episode of SmackDown. Straight to the point, and that point is The Undertaker is ready for this Sunday. Ready to raise that WWE title and become the face of SmackDown for the 3rd time. Good luck, Christian. Wherever you are. Shawn Michaels and Triple H's friendship has gotten even stronger, and John Morrison and The Rock are now enemies. Cool, man. Also, nothing. I think Stone Cold went up some more? I can't remember. I think he went up a little bit in the last episode, but I think he went up some more here. Yeah, he definitely has. He was ranked 9. Okay. And, nothing changed in the world title picture. Okay, so not really much. Okay, so this is what the game thinks is happening in Extreme Rules, which is wrong, but this is what it thinks happening. So I like to do like a checklist of like how many does it get right / how many does it get wrong. So first up, a one-on-one match between The Miz and Zack Ryder. That's incorrect. It's The Miz versus The Rock in a last man standing match, not a one-on-one. Justin Gabriel versus Sheamus for the US title. That's incorrect. It's Gabriel versus Dolph Ziggler in a ladder match for the US title. Kelly versus Michelle McCool for the Divas Championship. Now, I can't blame it for this one because they are both the champions of the wrong brands because you can't move the belts around in this game. So that will stop after this show, thankfully. We'll be all done with the belts being on the wrong shows. The rankings will be correct and all that other garbage. But yes, it's Kelly versus Maurice. Also, this match not happening at all. There are no unified tag champions. Cena and McMahon are not the tag champions. Not a thing. But in place of that, we'll be having Michelle McCool defend her women's championship. I forgot to say Kelly's defending against Maurice. I think I did say that actually now I think about it. And that's just a standard one-on-one match. Then we've got a triple threat match, which is Michelle McCool defending the women's championship against Tiny Shiny and Brie Bella. Randy Orton versus Big Show in an Extreme Rules match. Wow, they didn't get very imaginative with their Extreme Rules, did they? That will be Randy Orton defending against Edge in a TLC match. And Christian against Randy Orton. Again, I can't blame it for the confusion, though, at least on that one. And that will be Christian defending the WWE title against Undertaker in, well, basically an Extreme Rules match. It's a false count anywhere. It's the same thing. And in a bonus non-listed match, not for a championship, it will be Mr. McMahon, the Raw General Manager, against CM Punk. And if Punk wins, he gets to remove that mask and he gets a title shot at Over the Limit. So that's what we've got to look forward to at Extreme Rules, the finale of this season of Universe. My god, I can't believe we're actually there. I think I have the time to record that as well. So, hell yeah, we're going to get this done today. Well, for me, it won't be today for you. It'll probably be like tomorrow, assuming I render it out, you know, and get it up in time. It'll be tomorrow. We can finally get rid of all these free agents and fill the rosters again with all the new people that will be there, because there'll be so many new people that I can throw in. So, that'll be fun. I look forward to it. And for now, I say thank you for watching the final episode of SmackDown in SVR 11 Universe. And I'll see you guys in the series finale, or season finale, not series. Series finale means that the whole thing's ending, whereas this is just the season 1 finale. So see you guys in the season finale. Extreme Rules coming your way as soon as it can.